Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about Liv Morgan's new title reign is extremely boring. It sucks. Why? Because she's not doing anything. And this is frustrating. See, I'm a huge Liv Morgan fan. I've always been a huge Liv Morgan fan, ever since her first title run when she was a babyface on SmackDown. Now, I hate when the WWE does this crap where you have two titles that are exactly the same, just a different name and design, and they focus more on one title and then kind of just forget the other title. They always do that crap. Rhea is now the other women's champion on SmackDown, and they're really focused on her. Gee, I wonder why. Is she somebody's favorite? And then, so now Liv, they're not paying no attention to her. They did this years ago with Bayley when Bayley was the champ. And they had something to do, I forget who was the other women's champ at that time, but they focused on her, and then they had nothing for Bayley. And they're doing the exact same thing for Liv. Now, the rumor has it, the reason why this is happening is because Stephanie Vakir is still injured and has not been medically cleared yet. And I get it. They want to continue that feud because it was really nasty and really good. With them insulting each other's mothers, calling each other bees, Stephanie actually really pushing Liv into Roxanne's forehead and giving her that huge knot on her head. Like, that was a really good feud and everything. So I get why they want to continue that. Problem is, they can't. And if you can't continue it, you move on. That's exactly what you are supposed to do. That is what they did many, many decades ago. But Triple H does not want to do that. See, this is the problem. When you have TKO controlling things and all they care about is money, and you have creative in WWE who knows what they're doing, but they all got their head up politically and everything. There is no reason why people who run the WWE should be at the White House, should be posing behind politicians and kissing their butt. Vince, and I hate bringing that man up, he might be a dirty old man. He should be in jail. But at least that man separated wrestling with politics, because his politics are exactly the same as his wife, son, daughter, and son-in-law. But that man kept them separate. And you didn't hear about Vince's political life. You didn't hear about his opinion. You didn't see him posing with politicians and stuff. There was only one time I remember he got political on WWE. It was around the time Obama, McCain, and whoever that independent person was running, and he actually had them show up on Raw. And I'm all like, wait, those aren't lookalikes. Those are the real deal. I'm like, holy crap. Because Vince is all about having lookalikes and everything and having them goof around the ring and stuff. But they was on the Tykatron talking about voting and stuff like that. That is the only time that man has mixed politics with that of wrestling. But now we're hearing so many rumors of like, who's that one idiot? That Kennedy man. The crazy man, like whatever his name, RFK Jr. Supposedly his niece is now in the WWE because TKO forced WWE to sign her and everything, all because of politics. Rumor has it, Logan Paul, they really wanted to push him, and other people like The Undertaker wanted him to get pushed and be WWE champion because of politics. They're not caring about this business because they're too worried about politics and stuff. And they're not even concerned that Liv Morgan, who is the women's champ, has absolutely nothing to do. And her title reign is boring. And I don't like boring title reigns. I want to see people wrestle. That's all I want to do. And And the only reason why she is champion right now isn't because she's over, it's because she was injured long ago, had to give up the title. She went to Hollywood for a while to go film a movie in Japan, I think. Then when she got better, she came back and she's back to being champion. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with people getting hurt, having to give up a title, but then they have to get it back as soon as they come back. I'm cool with that. But it's just kind of like, this whole situation. Now Stephanie is injured. It reminds me of Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold. Shawn was the champ. He didn't want to give up the title. Stone Cold came in. Shawn got hurt, and Stone Cold won the title. Then Stone Cold got hurt. He didn't want to have to give up the title to The Rock, but then he did and stuff. And so they waited for Austin to come back, and in that time, they had other people for The Rock to wrestle, and that's exactly what they should do for Liv Morgan. It's like, just find somebody to have her wrestle at the King of the Ring. And what's weird now is she's a qualifier for the King of the or the Queen of the Ring. Why? She's the freaking champ. That makes absolutely no sense. Now, rumor has it they're gonna have her do other stuff like be in segments, interfere, shoot promos to keep her in the audience eye. That's smart, but we want to see her wrestle. And they have other wrestlers who she could wrestle, but they're not giving her nobody. And this is a problem I had with Jade when they had nobody for her to wrestle and stuff. There were other people, and they just didn't give them to her. These are all the main heavy hitters when it comes to the women's title division and stuff in WWE. All these women, and you mean to tell me they can't find not one person to challenge Liv, to have her in a mini feud, to go for King of the Ring? Seriously, like they got Nia Jax, they have Alyssa Bliss, they have Charlotte Flair, they have Bayley, they have Becky Lynch. They got Jade in their thing. I just don't understand their logic. And if they don't want to go with like a main person, give her a mid card. Give her like a mid card person. And by the way, where is Jordan Grace? She's just been jobbing for the longest time. Why sign her and bring her to the main roster if you ain't gonna do nothing? But they could easily have her feud with one of these people. And if not a heavy hitter, then go mid card and everything. Or give Natty something to do. She really has nothing to do. And they can't let Tiffany do it because she's now the U.S. champion. Becky's no longer IC champ, so let Becky do something with her. Or like I said before, bring in a mid card person and have her just feud with them. Like, that was so weird, her and Sol Ruka. And it's like that feud ended before it even started. Triple H just sucks at booking, man. He really, really does. And this is a man who actually loves the wrestling company. He loves the business. But clearly he doesn't know what the heck he's doing and stuff. And it's like, at this point, enough double champions. There just needs to be one belt and just have everybody gun for it. Really and seriously. That's how it should be at this point, because we've seen in the past when you have a double champion who basically has the same belt, they focus on one and they forget completely about the other. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.